Okay, everybody, we're here. We're talking on my new conversation of what I've discovered through working through some things. So let me just get started. It's about influence. It's about Hollywood. It's about control, mind control. It's analysis of it's been going on for a long time. This is not new information, but this has been secret information that stars and celebrities have participated in so that they can be showmen and focus on a gimmick while their industry destroys lives in LA. But now it's spread disease. It's different now because we have the trailer park trash. We have Persians. We have really, I don't know what part of this you don't fucking understand, is you don't take advice from a nasty person with no fucking education. It means you got to have a degree, you've got to have substance, you got to have a history of experience. You don't take advice from a 22-year-old. You don't take advice from a woman who's a model. You don't take advice from a politician on your emotions. We all know dirty politics exists. So how and why are you trying to party with AOC or Kamala Harris? Understand how illogical that is. And only someone who is not corrupt or who's up to the United States Constitution would actually understand that you don't support a Middle Eastern country such as Palestine who are Muslim. That's how mental illness, what it looks like to be mentally ill. You don't create a cult called BLM, go through the streets and destroy property and say that you're peaceful protesters. And then you as a politician, you're a politician, you uphold law and order. You don't bail these people out of jail for burning down buildings. That's somebody who's looking to get liked by a group of individuals who are criminals. It's very complicated to talk to somebody who isn't willing to listen, even though you're coaching people on how to listen. So all these people are like just repeating and regurgitating all this garbage and shit and then get their hair and makeup done. You really want to land in the words that I'm saying. They regurgitate shit that people say. They don't stand for shit. And then they run around and act as if they're good people, but they're really the devil fucks. They're the devil. And now they're in the form of a body that looks like Alex Cooper. And they're the disease of the planet. They're not just the disease of the country, because these motherfuckers are global. And that's on Shoo Choo and the Communist Party of TikTok. It's almost like TikTok has started its own government system, its own country. That's not how governments operate. But that's what the G7 wanted for the world, is to blur the lines of culture, to create complete, utter chaos, and to support the ideologies of terrorist activities known as Hamas. So let me read this to you first to let you know what women influencers are the lead in this. So this is what it looks like for women to be the lead. They've been dying for centuries to be the lead. And this is what women do when they lead without a man. When they have no education, when they're just a Alex Earl showing off her big tits while she seductively looks at the camera. You as an audience should know better. You as an audience should know better than to promote that shit. And that's what we're going to be discussing today, is how does she do it to get people to like that shit when she was kicked out of a sorority for a particular reason. Everyone in that sorority knows that she's a very, very nasty person. They are all fucking angry as fuck. They're the same as her, but a different tribe of that. And we'll also get into that conversation here. So we'll just start to go through women influence, have nothing to say. They destroy all. They all look the same. They all talk the same. and they all have an underlying message for their own personal success while they pretend to help others, but they're not helping you. That's what we're going into today. They give misery to anyone from the countertop of the girl at Target to the girl at PetSmart, to anybody they come into contact with, to create misery across the globe while they film it, while everyone's smiling. Nothing to say. All act the same, talk the same, and have all the same bad intentions while acting as if they don't have bad intentions. They're empty inside and they're dead inside and they have no feeling about anything, which is how they are able to accomplish this deviant, diabolical behavior, as well as having the support of the Democratic Party, as long as they are supporting the cause of disruption, because that is actually what the Democratic Party represents. Surprise. The Democratic Party doesn't have interest in anything except for teaching you about therapy on a platform and a pedestal and making Donald Trump wrong. And it's all in the influx of the way the words are spoken. So it's very clear that E.G. Carroll is a psychopath who believes that RAPE is a seductive tactic of women. And that's actually what they're portraying on their influencer platforms. They're all RAPEing us. It's illegal. So she actually laid out a really good point that Donald Trump is innocent. And then she laid out the point that she's the RAPIST. And so is Alex Earl. So what you're seeing is E.G. Carroll saying that Donald Trump did not accept her advancements of seduction. And so what Alex Earl is showing you is RAPE. She's doing that to us as audience. So really take a look at that. And you'll actually understand the big picture of who E.G. Carroll is and how sick she is and how sick Democrats are, because they literally are looking, just like they did with Weinstein, to ruin the movie business. The reason why people don't like Weinstein is because he actually had expectations for actresses and actors. And then they hired a bunch of criminal actresses who didn't get the part because they were Addie Ray-style actresses. They were reality TV star actresses. And they said, well, I'm hot. I deserve this role. And that's why this happened to Weinstein. And then George Clooney is Democrat, and all these other people in Hollywood are liberal Democrats. And so they all talked shit, including Meryl Streep, including Oprah Winfrey, including all of these fuckers. So what we're going to get into, we're moving on. These people have no interest in high quality conversations. It's like the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. It literally, my brain is, your brains are fried. My brain is firing shots of wave of intelligence, of analysis. No one's protecting you. No one. Not your mother, not your father, not your police department, not your Democrat political system. The Republicans can't protect you because they're not being allowed to protect you. And then those that can protect you, like Michael, the leader of the House of leader of the House, is doing the best he can to bring awareness and protect you. But you all are crying out democracy, and democracy to you means that you don't really have a leader except for somebody who tells you a leader has to lead, and that's her version of leadership. That's literally how she thinks leadership is you just lead. You tell people what to do, but they don't do what you do, and so you just walk away. While she pays for criminals to get out of prison in Minnesota. No interest in anything, but act like they do have interest because they call it passion, which is actually the seduction. They think passion is the movie scene where that is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. That's not real passion. And romance is supposed to be fun. And they don't even understand what fun or playful is. when it comes to friendship between a boy and a girl. And then men have no grounded experience of themselves, and they are working off testosterone instead of their brain. And so that's why women say men think with their privates, not with their brain. Women, like influencers, are stick figures. They're all the same. They all look the same. They talk the same. They act the same. Their voices are all robotic. Their personalities are indescribably annoying. But they've trained you as audience now with TikTok to be empty and dead inside so that they can be empty and dead inside. And so they can work you over as an audience to get you to buy and fall for their shit so that they can say and do anything. And you say that their word is bond, their word is gold. That's what you say to those people. The same pictures, it's the same story on all Instagram photos. It's the same design, it's the same videos, it's the same travel, it's the same violence. It's all intended to hurt people while they say that they're not hurting people. If you're only intending for yourself to succeed, you are definitely hurting people. Nothing to offer. They're low lives, they're low educated, no personality, no talent, no control. No self-control, no common sense, no depth, no care, no focus. They're entitled, they're delusional, they're evil, they're women from TikTok, and they're all liberal Democrats. Literally, it's very fucking clear the news media are liberal Democrats. They're fucking violent and evil and very fucking abusive to not only you as the audience, but to anyone they interview. So what they're trying to do is where we're at now too is we're selling. What does it look like to sell to the unsellable? Is you have to convince them and you have to entitle them and you have to teach them through the design lifestyle. They call it their lifestyle, but that's not a lifestyle. A lifestyle is like enjoying working out and then teaching other people about working out. So that's kind of like living in ease with living in work. But we're watching the nastiest garbage people sit on a stage and make us all want to fucking puke our guts out. But there are no repercussions for that bad behavior. And a lot of them are from foreign countries where American men have given these women opportunity to exploit us American women to teach us how to be Middle Eastern. And we as Americans do not want that. See, the women of the Middle East don't treat their children with respect. They go and chase money, which is what we're watching with the people from the Middle East. Especially the high-end rich people that came here to exploit Americans like Shahs of Sunset, such as Kardashians. So they called it the land of opportunity. They called it the land of opportunity, but they only want opportunity for themselves. See, this isn't the old school George Washington era America. This is the Irish Catholic, it's the Italian Catholics, it's the migrant era of what World War II developed inside people. It's the people who came over on the boats in my grandparents' era America. This is what we're striving for. However, this modern day migration is the worst of its kind because it's the third world country invitation by Kamala Harris. See, the Italians and the Irish definitely had, as we saw in the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Last of the Mohicans actor. I apologize, I cannot remember your name at this time. However, that was what went down to figure out how to live and coexist together because those people were not friendly. But some people were just weak and did nothing about it. That's why they had to have a mass cleanup of New York City because it was so fucking filthy. People were pissing and shitting on the streets. And that's really pretty much where we are in today's world. We're on the verge of another Great Depression where you will still party like it's the roaring 20s. So we are in really a version of Great Depression. It's more in the lines of family depression, personal depression, of an undiscovered version of how depressed you actually are because you watch Kristen Cavallari, or you come, even if you don't want to watch it, you accidentally come across it. That's what Shoo Chew does to people. It's called communism. You accidentally watch someone in this nasty network because they paid for organic reach. You paid for your video to go out so that people would watch it, but you're reaching people that you should not be in front of because they're already mentally ill. They're already depressed about the fact they just had a kid and their emotions are a little off the wall. And they're not a strong person anyways. And then they look at your video and you're modeling your rich bitch nasty attitude from Persia, telling everyone as you spread your legs wide how hot you are. That's not American. That isn't even human, actually. So that bitch, Mona Van, ain't fucking human. Because she doesn't have feeling around the feeling that she puts upon a middle-class woman. She says, well, look at how hot I am. Look at the diamond. I'm going to do a video. She literally does this video. She's constantly rubbing this shit. This is her masturbation. I just showed you a video on YouTube where she's literally rubbing the ring in front of everyone's face to brag to all women and all men of look at how successful she is. As she says, I would never put up with that in a relationship. Well, it looks like you are. Let me focus on how they do it. I wanted to bring awareness into kind of where we are in society and how you may not even know that you are brainwashed. You're brainwashed. Are you ready for some football? Agree. I don't like football. I said agree. Taylor Swift is in the audience. Are you ready for some football? I don't like football. See, in the old days, you would have seen Taylor Swift in the audience, and you would say, "Fuck the Kansas City Chiefs. Fuck her. Not watching their. That's not my team anymore." That's literally reality. However, because of the selling to the unsellable, are you ready for some football and the fact that different people are promoting this shit, like the Daily News, and then Gary Vaynerchuk got paid to say that Taylor Swift is bringing fathers and daughters together to watch football? Get the fuck in your room. This is my time. I don't need you sitting over here disrupting me, talking about that little shit Taylor Swift. That's the reality of football. The kids don't like football. The little girls don't like football. That's the reality. You believe this is another selling to the unsellable. You believe he's cheating. No. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No. Yes, you do. Do you? Do you believe he's cheating? You believe he's cheating. Do you believe it? She is telling her that. She wants to rub the ring. Do you give in and do you fall for it? That's the question. That's selling to the unsellable of the brainwashing tactics of women who literally only want the money. So you're a woman. This is how the women work in the world. There are real relationships that really do fail. and that you do get divorced because you're not happy, because you're married to one of these women who are the devil. Then there are women who actually, this is the old era, who stood by you and you fell for it. You believe he's cheating, and then you drive the man to cheat with the woman that you think he's cheating with, although he hasn't cheated with her yet you can't control your emotions because she's a mental deranged monovan. So instead of making your own choices about moving on, she makes it for you, and then she's got the diamond on her finger. Then she brags about it. Look who's here. Then she brags about it and then does everything she can to show the ex-wife that she's the boss. And says how sweet and laughter she is. That's a Democrat. And stop it. And that's exactly what she does. The unwelcomed uplift is harassment. You don't get a choice whether you feel happy or not. In America, we used to feel safe and relaxed. We had a minor level of boundary that we didn't have to worry about. We all kind of worried about ourselves. Now we've got a bully system of women all over our platform, even Kamala Harris, trying to always uplift us to bring us into anxiety. That's the anxiety that Obama brought to this country because he's from Pakistan. So that's the hooping and hollering that you see on the Palestinian videos. That's what these Palestinians and these Hamas supporters, what Monovan has brought, what Obama has brought, and now what Kamala has brought to this country. That's not American culture. And then all these women who are perverts are trying to give men an uplift. That's called harassment. You're married. Then they want to make your mind go into weird fucking places that doesn't belong anywhere but with you. I'm a general in a war here, and I demand fucking respect. Why are you laughing? And that's a problem with men when it comes to women. Now, why are you crying? It's not me that's crying. You should be crying for guilt for what you've done. Big smile accomplished. Big smile accompanied by lies. How painful is it to look at Taylor Swift's face? That's called no integrity, and without integrity, nothing works. So when you look at Taylor Swift, you should feel very, very, very disgusted. Although that is the unwelcomed uplift. Because whether it's a positive emotion or a negative emotion, because they both exist, they work off what gets them the buzz off an audience attention. So calm and collective is suppression, but you're unable to have real conversations because these people are narcissistic, meaning Kamala Harris is only living a lie of big smile. So she's going to try to cover up all the shit she's doing, and we're not going to see the results of what this 4 years with them in office really has done. And not just financially, but emotionally. And watching what these bitches on these platforms have done. We are all in big, deep shit globally at this point. You should literally be saying to yourself, I cannot fucking believe I thought that. I can't believe I fucking did that. What the fuck is going on is what you should be fucking saying. This is not a movie. We're in real life here. Go take a look at what movies they're producing. And if we're in a movie, then take a look at where we're headed. Goat. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. God damn if I have to fucking hear that shit again. Why don't you get annoyed by repetition? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That is a program. Oh, cute. Let's go. I'm Persian. I'm Persian. I'm Persian. No one gives a flying fuck. You consistently talking about your skin color should annoy the fuck out of everybody, even the people that are your skin color. The modern goat is a definition of a devil worshiper. Because in the old days, they used to sacrifice goats because goats would just stand there. And they'd put the goat head on their head and shit. And they'd just be calm. So you might want to consider that you are the goat. You're the sacrifice. Not the actual goat. You're not actually the devil worshiping goat. I mean, you could look at it like that, Simone Biles. Can you imagine if you looked like that? What a demonic piece of shit. That's some pain shit in my fucking face. She's a nasty bitch. So is LeBron James, the GOAT, who killed Kobe with the help of Obama. True smile? Always approves, but is always trying to control your actions through your feelings. Why would you say that? How dare you say that to me? I'm an innocent, I'm sweet. I think I'm gonna cry. How could you do this to me? I'm so happy. Be happy and joyous. Through that, they get you to behave in specific ways called trending. That's what trending's all about. And they all promote trending so that the business, which does have a door, they're lying to you. Trending is all about controlling you as the audience into submission to agreeing to their fucking nasty behavior. Facts to falsies. You clearly can see her face, her body, and it disgusts you. However, you don't feel disgusted, although you feel disgusted. That means you have no control over your thoughts or your feelings. Her voice, her words annoy you. They will even take people like myself who's educating you on value and tell you that I'm annoying you, but that's the brainwash. This is alien shit. Because you feel too relaxed. This is where we're at in society at this point. We're not in old world of America. They said never going back. So we're in the new world order of no peace on earth because Mona Van thinks that her tits and her falsies are more important than America. And then she'll say, I choose America. No, you don't. You're a devil worshiper, bitch. That's the weaving in and out of getting you to think the way they want you to think. Clearly, you know she's a fucking bitch and she's a fucking devil worshiper. So get your fucking head out your fucking ass and wake the fuck up to just know and be in solid comprehension that she's a fucking whore. And the people that show up to the white party are mentally fucking ill and a fucking disgrace. Don't smile at me, Michael Rubin. You're a fucking sick fuck. Keep them away from you. So they get you to feel relaxed. And then they want your money. They don't even like you. You don't like them. They don't like you. But she wants your money, thinks you're unattractive, thinks you're too short, thinks you're this, thinks you're that. only sees the opportunity, which she calls entrepreneur. And go take a look at all that fucking content that Monovan produced, and you tell me what she's actually selling. Use your common sense and make sure you know that she's disgusting. Because then she'll say, you do you, I'm rich. You'll never catch me because it's very bob and weave of a narcissistic personality disorder. You can't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. And that's where you have to go to deal with this shit. While Gary Vaynerchuk floods you with emotion, I love you so much. Understand how that is a gaslighting experience to keep you feeling out of whack. If you're trying, I love you. Fuck yourself. That's their sport. Monovan comes in with I'm rich. Gary Vee says, if you're trying, I love you. Now go accept their behavior because that is not American. That's Russian and that's Persian. Sorry. Confusion brain. Erotica squirrel. Too bad. You put your bed in the making. Go lay in it. He's in the process of making new nonsense, horrific content this fall, where he'll make another video where he degrades the audience and says, I don't like 1 hour meetings, as a dig to her, but it's actually a dig to the audience to let us know that he's not really actually up to saving the planet. Enslaved by the Democrats? Oh wait, we live in a free country according to Kamala Harris. So you do have a choice. Pretend sweetness, call self sweet, and then someone agrees to call you sweet also. All know it's evil, nothing changes and nothing happens. Social media makes it go viral. So what you're feeling likely now is actually what's going on in the world, that whores and perverts are covering up. It's a cover, a big coup. It's actually worse than what I'm feeling, but you're probably feeling pretty bad. It's called paid organic reach. Paid organic reach. They want to shit and stick. They want to shit on you and see if it sticks, and you're that gullible and you're that willing to fall for shit that you agree to big pervert tits like Alex Earl. They're playing your ass. They all are. They all want you to be influencers, and then they want these to kill off the people that aren't interested in influence and then enslave the migrants. That's why they're giving them free housing. That means your youth generation will suffer the most, and the mothers of these kids are the ones doing it. See, they think that the kids are going to fall for the shit and not fight against them. However, I stopped that already. They're already doing the work. These psycho bitches like Monovan and Kim Kardashian are constantly working with bots. You're horrible. You're ugly. You're this. You're that. And all the bots they work with teach them how to feel numb inside, where they don't feel anything when you leave a nasty comment. The reality is they think they're winning, but they actually feel every comment that gets placed on their platform if it's a real person. And so then they hire bots to leave positive comments. So just like high on your own supply can be the positive or the negative, the bots are hired to promote them and uplift so that they can learn how to ignore. So they can learn how to ignore the negative. Meanwhile, the bots are annoying as shit. So think of that friction of burning, gaslighting, boom! Right in your direction. That's World War III. We're actually in World War III. Staying calm in the face of a bot. Kim K owns avatars and large quantities of bots that she hires in her comment section to respond to your negative comments, to run you off, to get you to agree to her content, whatever it is. Uses one avatar to respond to a comment in a comment section to a person who says she's hideous. You're hideous, Kim Kardashian. You don't know her. She's a nice person. Clearly, she's affected you in a way that shows who she really is. And now she's gaslighting you again. And then you may actually go out and buy the product because you actually trust in the fact that the people working behind her, it's like the thing is like she has connections or something. Once bought a bra, actually did an advertisement off of it, but that was when Kanye West was involved. The quality since he's left is really literally a sweatshop in Turkey. Do you back down when that happens? Most of you do. Some of you even will delete your comment. Some of you will go cry in your Ferrari. Some of you will cry in just period. Some of you will work the tactic that she's asking of. So sometimes she'll give energy of forgive me. Boom! Does it again. Constant mental illness. It's like a drug addict. I'll give you money or a chance if you just agree to this. In the business, I actually will give you a job. Ooh, I've always wanted a dream job. What's your dream job? To them, a dream job is a red carpet. Is a dress, is a hair and makeup. A dream job is standing on the arm of Gary Vaynerchuk. That's the job. There's nothing behind it. It's all illusion. And then fueling that illusion to move you as people into what they want you to feel. Juice of seduction. Squeeze the orange dry. Morals and ethics. Seduction. Confusion. Unrest. Perversion. Life of value drops. You do you. They don't. It's nasty. It's like a brothel in your face. Instead of having connection with your husband, these are married people. These are people that are married. We're talking old school shit. They don't have intercourse. They have IVF instead. That's a whole conversation of topic. And these women are the reason why the birth rate is declined. It is not a place that people want to live, is the world. This world we live in is not a good place for kids. All visual orgasms, self-worshiping, they're actually talking to themselves when they're doing these fit checks. They're erotically masturbating themselves. Like Mona Van's talking to herself when she's doing her videos and then controlling herself in manifestation and fake it till you make it. And you're getting engrossed and crossed in her self-worship, causing you to worship it, causing you to want it. But you can't sell to the unsellable. So that means you're not in self-awareness. And then you ask yourself, why is nothing happening? And then some people figure it out and they're worse than the last. And none of it ever lasts. They all have to figure out ways to regroup and recreate some dumb shit. That's why they're called creators. I create the world of design. I mean, take a look at how Monovan's aged in 4 years. Take money, faith, control, stick the landing, like, follow, shares. The share is the word of mouth. And the community guidelines is the control. You said this and not in support of this. So you said this is community guidelines. You said this, but it doesn't support this for TikTok, so this is getting community guidelines. So that's mind control, called communism. We'll call it misinformation. Even though it's not misinformation, it's actually really true. So that means we're being controlled by Singapore, but you don't care about that. You just care about the fact that your video got misinformation because now you're at threat for losing your account. So the video's down, you force it off the internet, and then you're still going to delete a real person's account and then allow those people's account to continue to produce content. And then you don't want actual conversation in the comment section of real talk. Meaning these people aren't real entrepreneurs if you block someone. You're just community guidelines control freaks of mind guiding your audience. It's why Monovan blocked me on the Instagram account. I said, I hope you like my videos. Block. All week making videos about how horrible she is. The conference, big conference, V conference, V conference, V conference, V conference. Now I got called out. Oh shit. No repercussions. More video, more footage of him posting about her. All communism. We live in a democracy. Marxism. It's called Marxism. You people decide. It's not a democracy. That's why it's actually a republic of the Constitution. Republic of the Constitution is actually safe. A democracy is terrorists like Monovan proclaiming that she's an American, proclaiming that she's a pharmacist, proclaiming this and proclaiming that and pretending this and pretending that and then pretending to be something. Literally, when someone says just be, pretending to be. That's really what you're all saying. Oh. Yeah, because you're not smart. Oh. So they're trying to create a totalitarian existence where these hoes, because they think they have money, they don't have money, but the court systems in LA always leaves them with money. So you as men leave us in unsafe environments because all you do is fall for their nasty garbage. Not to mention, you made your money off of the backs of hardworking Americans. Your sickness. You are mentally ill. All of you are mentally ill. Your children are lazy. Your children are mentally ill. You're fucking rich. So, you didn't earn that shit, you little shit. You didn't do shit. You don't even do shit now. Well, I just hope that they're happy. The joy of painting, life design. I'm Heather Lamusa, and I'm going to bring my 2 kids in. Those aren't your kids. Those are her kids. She's just like you. So I can't believe that she would even allow Heather Lamusa to act as if those stepkids are her kids. Especially based on how old they are. I just don't think I have enough love to share in my heart. Oh, really? Yeah, we know, because you don't have a love inside you at all. That's why Tristan was beating the shit out of you while you were working out on a mat where you literally have no body strength. I think I'm going to do an influencer on fitness now. You don't have any body strength. And that's new working out because Mona Van's lazy as shit. Melissa Wood's lazy as shit. None of them fucking eat. And then you promote their fucking shit by giving them the money to open up a studio. Well, they then close down the studios where people actually make them work. That's the reality of existence. Looking to kill off Americans and replace the slaves with migrants. Talks of feelings, that's all slavery. Be enslaved to your emotions. Deeply mentally ill, now they are all yours. They go shopping, you yell and scream and you lose at life, and look at how fat and ugly you are. Talks about feelings, which you love to talk about. So you don't actually have anything to talk about or substance. No creative ideas. There's nothing creative about what you create. You're a slave to their emotions, and they deeply are mentally ill. Now they are all yours. So you get them to be enslaved in their emotions, and then they become deeply mentally ill, and they're codependent on you as an influencer. And then you train them into behavior so that they don't annoy you. But then you'll drop them like a hot potato if they're too annoying. Block. Gary Vee's one of those. He blocked me. So then I made a new account. And then I made a new account and I made a new account. So Mona Van is one of those as well. Because did she not block me? Because I wasn't behaving like they wanted me to behave. I was in their mind, community guidelines, but he's Russian and she is Persian. And then they're the people who are going to yell at First Amendment right and close down the Second Amendment right. Because they're causing people to go to high schools to shoot up the schools. However, it's the students that cause the shoot. It's the students that cause the shootout. And then they're going to act as if the kids are the victims. You're not the victims. You're the villains. All high school students are the villains. Because we know what we used to be and feel like when we were in high school. Yeah, it's not like that anymore. It's like a war zone. The teachers are struggling, even though the teachers are evil. The students aren't doing their homework because people like Gary Vee are telling them not to study. So is Elon Musk telling them not to get a high school diploma or a college degree. I mean, use your fucking brain. You have children, for fuck's sake. All based on Hollywood so that you can fuel the I'm good enough. You can too be somebody. That's some nasty ass shit. So you, as people who are mentally ill and following these people, collapse in mental illness and they go shopping. They project onto you while you tell them how grateful you are for them to be so helpful. Mona Van, your content was so wonderful. Thank you so much. I got so much out of it. You're welcome. She goes shopping. Look at my purse. Then you, as a customer, yell and scream. You losing at life while they make more money off of you because you're chasing the carrot. But it's not a carrot that you think you're chasing if you're a normal person. It's just a career, a small career. And then they tell you that you are fat and ugly. And then you get community guidelines if you say, I don't appreciate you saying that I was fat and ugly because you use the word fat and ugly. Mark Zuckerberg. You might want to consider that before you post that. All training behavior of an audience based on a government control system where nobody fights for anything. Comment sections should be deleted, and so should likes and loves, but the world would collapse because that's how they get their energy of lustfulness. No fun allowed by you as the audience, but they will show you what fun looks like. Look at us at a yacht, Gary and Travis Kelce. While Mona Van's standing next to him. Look at how hot we are. That's what fun is, Travis. I'll show you what fun looks like. Don't ever disagree to what I think fun is, because I'm in control. No fun allowed by you unless they tell you that you can have fun. And unless they're taking from you in your laughter or your fun. So for example, it'd be like watching Gary Vee say something and then you as audience laugh in return, and then he takes that energy that's exchanged and says, I accept you to laugh. Mona Van takes that. So it's the experience of calling on the phone when someone was thinking about you, but at a more advanced level, because now we have networks of, right now I'm making this video, I'm not connected to any source, and then it's gonna go out into the ether and send in the air. So you can only laugh when I tell you to laugh. And you're only allowed to laugh. I'm going to take that laugh and then I'm going to act as if I'm a nice person, because you're actually laughing real and I don't know how to do that. So then I'm going to take that experience and then I'm going to go try to travel it and pass it around to get people to like me so that I'll be successful in business while I tear down your business. Look at my diamond. That's Democrat existence. You are only allowed to laugh to agree to their drunk fest, yacht club, or talk at an event. You're always going to tell them that they're wonderful and uplift them. And then they're always going to act as if you're in search of your dreams. And then you as the person who's in line are always going to be annoying as shit, snake oil salesman, and totally inappropriate and inauthentic while doing bad behavior, while the person at the stage is always telling you good job. Always the path of least resistance. While everyone says it's hustle culture. Now we really understand that it really was all along not hard work and effort. It's called hustle for a reason. But they never ever tell you the true implications of what the word hustle is. On the internet, they use children as the buffer, and they use them when things get out of hand in rhetoric. I'm such a good mom. I'm really focused on children. I'm really focused on my kids. My kids are the most important thing to me. I parade them around with paparazzi running around, and I disrespect them constantly while they're crying, like erratically crying, and they're the most important thing to me. I'll do whatever it takes to ensure that they're number one priority, even if they're devils. I will give them anything they want, which is what Doug Emhoff did to his daughter to send her to New York Fashion Week when she couldn't do the knitting any longer. The new elevation of what you're going to get at New York Fashion Week. Because that's the new world order. We're not going back. So Kamala is actually working against the Mona Vans, kicking out Mona Van to create Doug Emhoff's daughter as the new Mona Van, so that Kamala Harris can learn how to trick audiences and abuse millions while Doug Emhoff gets his wee-wee stroked by his daughter. That's some crazy shit. Our kids' lives are at stake. Our kids' lives are at stake. The teens are responsible for Windsor, Georgia. There are so many people in Windsor, Georgia that do not belong in Windsor, Georgia, which they proved in a video where they said his friend, when he was living in LA, was killed. I told you there was a migration into the state to make the state blue. Of course, there's not going to be proof except for car tags. Where are you from? Los Angeles. Where are you from? Washington, D.C. Where are you from? New York. Reminding you that Philip Anschutz purchased land, stole land from locals here in this town, and now he's invited all of his nasty Texans to build hideous homes so that he can make money off the locals while he invites more LA people here. Well, he tries to make a movie studio to ruin my hometown. Oh, well, things has happened. Oh, well, I'm rich. I can do whatever the fuck I want, and no one's going to say anything because I'm a Democrat pretending to be Republican. While our children in high school, those of you who grew up in the town, are being overran by the power shift of the teen community, which are the most sadistic kids in history. It gets worse in evolution because you were bad parents and you basically let them do whatever the fuck they want. No one's fighting for anything. These aren't kids. They are actors who have social media accounts, who are growing their platforms as they age from the time they're 9 years old to where they're all going to have six-figure following accounts. Some of which went viral overnight and are literally losing in life big time, but their parents think they're winning. Anything they want starts at the age of 9. And then they're all told they all want to be influencers. That's the lie. So we've got Democrats over migrants, and they all will be weaving themselves in with the results of death to humanity. There's no respect, no education, there's no trust, there's no reality, there's no care. It's all hypnosis. There's increased amounts of sex, but the perversion kind. It's pervert. There's only lust and gluttony with new themes called the New World Order. And that has always been LA and New York. It's always been there. You've always been like this, LA. You've always been like this, New York. LA more than New York. You're sick in the mind. You hid it well. Not really. No one was willing to take it on except for me and Donald Trump and now JD Vance and the Republican Party. And then all of LA plays the blame game, which is what we see with all these podcasters. Honesty, always the victim. And then you can change the perspective of pointing the finger at the honest people and say, you are the problem. We blame you. We're the victims. That's all selling to the unsellable. You're naive. All of you are naive. People are good. Most people are good. No, they're actually not. This is proof. All this shit's proof. If I see you in the store and you walk by me and you're trying to RAPE me, 99% of the people, while the rest of you, the 1%, which are women, are trying to assault me, then most people are not good. 100% across the board, you're all bad. You're naive in this world, trying to separate the country, feeding on the curd and outskirts of the nasty, doing nothing to stop it, just looking for your piece of the pie. And no, church is not enough. People go to church. People go to church. People is your example of spreading the filth, by the way. Weak ass. All the bad people just want what they want. That's people. And learn strategy. And people is a pervert. And branding to sell fake behavior as a gimmick. No, it's the gimmick when you're a Monavand. And Beeple is actually who Beeple is, which is a pervert. He makes me want to puke. His work is puke. He is literally sadistic. Some living as they are and race is okay with the devil behavior. So some people are just like okay with the devil behavior. Some people are living as the devil and they're like, okay. Actually, we got quite a bit left to go, so I'm going to actually stop. This is part 1 of selling to the unsellable.